Marvel has been a powerhouse in entertainment for years, and with the popularity of their TV and movie franchise, we have all become attached to the actors who bring our favorite characters to life. But when tragedy strikes, it can be pretty devastating for fans of these actors. Today we're going to look into the top 10 Marvel actors gone too soon. What's going on, guys? I'm your host Bree Room, and welcome back to Top 10 Beyond the Screen. Before we jump into the video, make sure you check out this playlist we made for you guys so you can see more videos like this one. Now let's get into the video. Starting us off at number 10, James Colby. Actor James Colby passed away in February 2018. Colby was originally from Arlington, Massachusetts, but moved to Manhattan in the 80s to begin his acting career. He spent a large part of his career performing on stage, both on and off Broadway productions. Most notably, James was part of the cast of the 1992 production of Hamlet on Broadway. He made the transition into TV and film acting and found a lot of success. He was seen in Gotham, Law & Order, Jessica Jones, and even had a role as an officer in the 2014 film The Amazing Spider-Man 2. Colby died suddenly in his home in New York at the age of 56. In at 9, Eugene Lazarev. Eugene Lazarev was known for his many works in the TV and film industry. He studied and taught at the Moscow Art Theater and later moved to the US to continue his work in acting and teaching. Eugene even taught at the Stella Adler Studio of Acting in Los Angeles. He is known for his role as Anton Vanko in Iron Man 3, among other significant roles. He was also known for his voice work in Call of Duty Modern Warfare. Sadly, Eugene passed away on November 18, 2016 at the age of 79 in Moscow, Russia. At number 8, Miguel Ferrer. Miguel was best known in the MCU for his role as Vice President Rodriguez in Iron Man 3. Sadly, the actor passed away on January 19, 2017 after a battle with throat cancer. Miguel was praised for his many talents and roles throughout the years. In 2013, he landed a recurring role on NCIS Los Angeles. Miguel was also known for his voice work in many DC animated projects such as Superman the Animated Series. He also worked on Halo 2, Robot Chicken, and American Dad. At the time of his death, he completed the voiceover work for Teen Titans: The Judas Contract, as well as his roles on Season 3 of Twin Peaks and the Stretch Armstrong Animated Series. I didn't even know they made that. Miguel always had work coming to him, and he was always finding success in the industry. He died in his home in Santa Monica at the age of 61. Coming in at number 7, Cliff Robertson. Cliff Robertson had a long and successful career. His career, which spanned 50 years, came to an abrupt end upon his death in 2011 at the age of 88. We know him for his small but crucial role of Uncle Ben in the Sam Raimi Spider-Man trilogy, but he starred in so many more productions. Cliff was a very talented actor, as he won an Academy Award for Best Actor in the film Charlie in 1968. He also portrayed John F. Kennedy in PT 109 and Buzz Aldrin in Return to Earth. Before his time in the spotlight, Cliff served in the US Merchant Marines during World War II. After the war, he studied at the Actors Studio in Manhattan, and from there he started his acting career. Throughout his life, Cliff loved aviation and learned how to fly a plane. The one thing I found very interesting about Cliff was that he was actually flying above the World Trade Center on September 11, 2001 when the first plane struck it, and he watched the whole thing happen. On September 11, 2011, on the day after his 88th birthday, Cliff died of natural causes and was buried in New York. And at number 6, Powers Booth. American actor Powers Booth passed away May 14, 2017 at the age of 68. Known in the MCU as businessman, political figure, and former Hydra leader Gideon Malik, Booth brought the character to life in the Avengers movie, as well as in Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. TV series. Before this role, however, Booth played many other parts in various productions from TV to voiceover. In 1980, he won an Emmy Award for his portrayal of Jim Jones in Guyana Tragedy: The Story of Jim Jones. He was also one of the many actors who have worked for both Marvel and DC productions. He has famously voiced characters from Justice League Unlimited, and Superman Brainiac Attacks, playing both Gorilla Grodd and Lex Luthor. Powers married his high school sweetheart in 1969, and they remained married until his death. He died in Los Angeles after a battle with pancreatic cancer just 18 days before his 69th birthday. Halfway through at number 5, Garry Shandling. Garry Shandling began his career as a writer and comedian. He started back in the 70s writing for sitcoms such as Sanford and Son and Welcome Back, Kotter. He later quit the sitcom scene after saying he was tired of their vapid content, and later when he was involved in a very serious car accident, he decided to take the plunge and start doing stand-up. Garry landed a gig as a reoccurring guest on The Tonight Show, and this job led him to getting his own sitcom called It's Jerry Shandling's Show. Say that 5 times fast. Later on, Garry started The Larry Sanders Show, and it became a hit, earning 56 Emmy nominations. Though he had such success in comedy, he is famous among Marvel fans for his role as Senator Stern in Iron Man 2 and Captain America: Winter Soldier. On March 24, 2016, at the age of 66, Garry Shandling died of a pulmonary embolism at St. John's Health Center in Santa Monica, California. Coming in at number 4, Bill Paxton. Bill Paxton was well known for his roles in geeky sci-fi movies like Aliens, Terminator, Twister, Apollo 11, and Edge of Tomorrow. He is also well known amongst fans of the MCU for his role as cyborg assassin John Garrett in Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Before his fame, Bill worked in props and in the art department of many Hollywood productions after he was rejected by various Southern California film schools. After that, he decided to switch his focus from directing to acting. His first role was in The Terminator in 1984, where he held only a small role. He even had a music career for a brief moment as he was part of a band called Martini Ranch. Interesting name. They produced only one album, and the music video for their single Reach was directed by none other than Hollywood legend James Cameron. He and Cameron would continue to work together throughout the years on the set of Terminator and again in Titanic. Though Bill had a strong career, it came to an abrupt end when Bill passed away from a stroke on February 25, 2017, just days after undergoing heart surgery. He was 61. At number 3, Neil Fingleton. Neil Fingleton was a British athlete turned actor who also held the title of the tallest man in Britain, standing at 7'7". He passed away February 25, 2017 at the age of 37. Neil began his career after receiving a basketball scholarship from the University of North Carolina and then later from the College of the Holy Cross. He played basketball throughout college and graduated with a degree in history. He began to play professionally with the Boston Frenzy and later moved on to play for Tees Valley Mohawks and other Spanish teams before retiring from playing in 2007 due to an injury. Neil then turned his focus to show business. Throughout his brief acting career, he starred in Game of Thrones as Mag the Mighty, as well as in Jupiter Ascending and as a bodyguard in the X-Men First Class. His most notable role was as the motion capture figure as well as the partial voice of Ultron from Avengers Age of Ultron. Sadly, Neil died of heart failure in his hometown of Durham, England. Coming in at number 2, Stan Lee. Stan Lee was a comic book writer, editor, and producer known for his creation of so many iconic Marvel characters. Stan enjoyed writing since he was a kid, and he credited the books and stories from his childhood for his storytelling abilities. He worked many small jobs in his teen years, one of those being a writer who covered obituaries. He even won an essay writing contest in high school. In 1939, Lee began working for a comic book publisher, which will have evolved into the coveted Marvel Comics by the 1960s. In the 1950s, he got the idea for new comic book heroes who had more realistic and flawed qualities in comparison to rival DC Comics, and that's where we got heroes like Spider-Man and Captain America. Their success skyrocketed and the Marvel Empire was created. Other than creating these characters, Lee also starred alongside them for many years as he held cameos in many of the Marvel movie adaptations. It wasn't a Marvel movie until you saw Stan. Stan's last cameo was in Avengers Endgame. Stan lived an incredibly long and successful life until his death on November 12, 2018 at the age of 95. Finally in at number 1, Chadwick Boseman. The recent death of Chadwick Boseman came as a shock to all of us. After a 4-year-long battle with colon cancer, Chadwick passed away on August 28th at the age of 43. During his career, he gave us a hero to look up to. He portrayed black icons like Jackie Robinson and James Brown, and he gave a sense of black pride to the black community. As he brought the Marvel hero Black Panther to life, young black children were given a king to look up to. But his incredible life didn't just stem from his career. Chadwick was also known as a big supporter of the Black Lives Matter movement. He demanded that Hollywood hire more black professionals and even spoke out on many occasions about police violence and anti-black racism. He advocated for the black community and gave back to those in need. Chadwick was also part of an initiative to raise funds and awareness for children's charities. Chadwick was a hero on and off screen, and may he rest in peace. Okay guys, let's take a breather because that was a pretty sad list to go through. Let's move on to reading some of your comments. Bookwormed Geek said, "Looks like Ellen is gonna have to be at her show's funeral soon. I wonder when the date is." The funeral has been happening on Twitter for months now. We've all been witnessing it. We've been there. Melissa Green says the #1 celebrity banned from Ellen is Ellen. Honestly, I should have done that. I kind of missed an opportunity. Prep for it says, part of me thinks that some of these celebrities are glad they distanced themselves from Ellen early. Honestly, probably looking like those memes of the weird monkey looking away. Yeah, that's what they look like right now. That about does it for me today, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. Be sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you next time. Stay groovy. He made the transition in the Sam Raimi trilogy. I keep missing Spider-Man. How do I miss Spider-Man? Before his time in the spotlight, Cliff and Spider-Man and Though he had such success in comedy, come on. Though he had such success in comedy, before his fame, Bill worked in, why can't I say props? It's so simple.